Online courses are not dead. So whether you want to create one or you're wondering if you should kill yours, research shows us that the e-learning business is expected to grow to over $390.6 billion US dollars by 2026. So where should you be focusing your marketing efforts so that you can see consistent sales to your online course without feeling consistently burnt out in your marketing efforts, like creating content and feeling the need to have to show up all the time to make sales? I'm gonna make a bold statement and tell you by the end of this video, I believe you're going to be convinced that all your marketing efforts should be focused on one platform. And that platform is YouTube. And that growing a YouTube channel is gonna be way more beneficial for you than focusing on Instagram or even TikTok. Seriously, I challenge you to get to the end of this video, and if you aren't convinced that you need to start a YouTube channel, type in the comments, I disagree, and tell me which platform you're gonna decide to stay with instead, just for fun. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. It's your business, your choice, but just curious. So before I dive into what to actually do and how YouTube can work for you, I wanna give you a little bit of a background between me and YouTube, because we have a history. Since 2016, I've been using YouTube as my primary piece of content for my business every single week and as my one piece of marketing content that I stay consistent with. In fact, if you go back to my YouTube channel, I will link the series right here, but I did an entire video series sharing my journey as a business owner from year 1 through year 5. I called it my Eras Tour, Taylor Swift inspired, and you can actually see and hear how I was able to grow my business every single year for now 8 years straight, utilizing YouTube as my primary marketing message. And I'm not gonna lie and say YouTube is easy to do. It's not always easy to create. In fact, right now, I'm filming these videos on Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, and I know we don't wanna be working during those weekends, but again, my marketing content, my entire marketing content focuses around my YouTube video. So if I don't get my weekly YouTube video out, all of my marketing kind of comes to a halt. Now, the reason I am doing this on Sunday is because YouTube is a priority to me. My marketing in my business is a priority to me. And I'm going to be out of the office pretty much the month of June. And so I've just got to make it work so that I can enjoy the vacations and the time off that I have scheduled in June. So when you are thinking about doing YouTube, you need to think about making it a routine and making it a must in your business, because you can definitely want to kick it to the side and avoid it. But if you want to see it work, it needs to become a priority in your business. I really found the power of YouTube specifically during the pandemic. I was playing around with Snapchat, I was playing around with podcasts and Instagram, but when I literally had no time for my business because the kids were home all the time, again, the one thing that I focused on every week, no matter how little time I had, was a weekly YouTube video. And I continued to see my business thrive because of the content and the marketing strategies I use here on YouTube. So let's jump into why YouTube specifically is more beneficial to you than, say, Instagram. First, searchability. I think it goes without saying that YouTube is a search engine, and it is the second largest search engine in the world, only followed by Google, which owns YouTube. And YouTube videos can show up at the top of Google. In fact, many of my YouTube videos show up for certain keywords and phrases on Google. Instagram posts, Reels do not. The thing is, people come to YouTube when they have a problem. And if you are here on YouTube when they have that problem and your video shows up as an answer to their problem, you then give them a win. They begin to trust you. They begin to want to see what else can you help them with, because you help them in a time of need. You help them solve a problem. And if you aren't here on YouTube solving the problem when they need you most, you may be missing out on some major sales or clients. Because at the moment, as I'm recording this in 2023, people are not going to Instagram and searching in the search bar how to plan a YouTube video or how to write a welcome email sequence, right? They're going to Google or they're going to YouTube. And when they do that, that is when they are most primed for buying a solution. Like I said, if you are there answering their question for them, they're going to be much more likely to convert into a course that you have or a one-on-one service that you provide. Because the other thing you need to think about for your ideal customer are the two types of content that they're experiencing: push content and pull content. So over on Instagram and TikTok, it's basically push content. They're being pushed lots of content, scrolling the feed, scrolling the discover page, right? They're being pushed content. Whereas pull content is they are pulling the content to themselves. So when they are going on Google or YouTube, they are pulling the content that they need right now. And again, if it's that problem that you are solving, they are much more ready to buy than just being slammed with push content all the time. That pretty much becomes very noisy. So push content here on YouTube is reason number 2 that you should be utilizing YouTube. Now, the third reason why is longevity. And I talk about this so much because so many people that I work with experience burnout. They're so tired of creating content. They feel like they can't keep up with it. They hate doing it. Well, it is because if you're focused on Instagram, you're needing to create content every single day to keep your head above water, because the average lifespan of most Instagram content is 24 hours. We know a story disappears in 24 hours, but a reel maybe lives 24 to 48 hours max. And so for you to constantly see leads coming in from that kind of content, you've got to keep creating that content to stay aware or in front of your potential audience. And I mean, over on Instagram, you're also trying to create 4 different pieces of content sometimes. You've got the feed, you've got the stories, you've got the reels, and you've got the lives. That is 4 different pieces of content for just one platform. So no wonder we feel so burnt out over Instagram. And maybe you're not posting all 4, but maybe you're trying to keep up with one of them and it's exhausting. In fact, let me know down in the comments, are you trying to focus on all 4 of the content pieces on Instagram, or which pieces of Instagram content are you trying to stay consistent with? The feed posts, stories, reels, or lives? Let me know in the comments. But when we look at YouTube, the average lifespan of a video on YouTube is 8.8 days. That means if you just focus on creating one YouTube video a week, you can continue to see traffic. You can continue to see views by just posting once a week. And I have countless examples of videos of mine that have been years old and still drive traffic to my business. I mentioned a little bit earlier about how when the pandemic hit, YouTube is the only piece of content that I focused on. And doing that during 2020 when the kids were home and there's just a lot going on, and I pretty much worked 2/3 less than what I did the previous year, I still made over $200,000 more than 2019. And again, the only marketing that I focused on was YouTube. So clearly YouTube can work. It can work longer, and it can work with less content that you have to create. So if now you're starting to think, okay, maybe YouTube is a place I want to be, how would you start getting or growing on YouTube if you have a channel that's not doing that for you currently, or you don't even have one yet? Quick run through what you need to do. First, you need to clearly understand who your audience is. This is one of the first things that we cover inside of my coaching program, 10K on replay, is really solidifying who is the person most likely to buy your online course. How are they acting on YouTube? What are they watching on YouTube? Because we need to make sure it is very clear for you so that you are creating the right kind of content so that the algorithm can figure out where to put your videos. Because what can happen is if you're not clear on who you're talking to, the algorithm's not going to know who you are talking to. And then you don't see those views, or you don't see the right views that convert into clients or customers. So we really need to do our work with understanding who we are creating content for, what kind of content they are consuming, and who they are consuming, so we can create the content that YouTube can understand who to put us in this algorithm bubble with, so that the right people watch your videos, want to work with you, want to buy from you. The process we really go through is talking to our 10K on replay clients about, okay, who is that person that you are talking to? Okay, let's go on another level down and understand them at another level deeper. That's generally where we can really hone in on the right kind of content. And this isn't necessarily niching down. This is Like I said, understanding your audience's pain points. So when they see your video served to them on the homepage or suggested, they're like, wait a minute. Is she inside my head? Is she Alexa now? That's the kind of content you need to be creating to attract those people that want to buy from you and work from you and feel like you're speaking specifically to them. Because when those people see it, click on it, watch it, YouTube finds more of those people. And that's when you start training the algorithm to get in front of people that are going to buy from you and work with you. Again, if this is something you want to work with me to build out for your YouTube channel, this is one of the first things that we do inside of my coaching program, 10K on Replay. Go ahead and apply right now at trenalittle.com/10K. We ensure we help you build a YouTube strategy so that the algorithm classifies you the right way so you get the right people watching. And just so you know, we only take a limited amount of applicants. So go ahead and make sure you get your application in to see if we are a good fit to work together or not. Okay, so once you got your person nailed down, here's the next step. You just gotta start creating content. Based on the research we would do together or the research that you do to really nail down who your audience is, how they're consuming content on YouTube, you're probably gonna start with answering questions that you get all the time. You really need to make your audience feel seen over on YouTube. And like I said, you want them to think, holy crap, how is she inside my head? Now, there's a big mistake that I see typically with people doing YouTube for their business, and they focus on just tutorials, like how-to videos, because I think if I just do how-to, it will show up in search, I'll rank in search, and more people will see my videos. But if you aren't creating your content in a way that you're telling a story or making a connection, you're gonna drive the wrong people to your videos, because you're gonna drive people that come to your video for the answer. They're gonna watch your how-to video, they're gonna get the piece that they need, and they're off. They are piecing out. They're not making a connection with you. They are not wanting to come back and watch another video from you. They are not invested in you. And if they aren't invested in you, they aren't gonna buy from you. They don't wanna work from you. And so when you just focus on how-to videos, you're going to drive a lot of cheap leads, basically, and they aren't going to want to take that next step with you. But when you get, again, strategic on who your audience is, and you create that kind of content, and then you structure your content in a way where you're making a connection with your audience, that's the real secret to using YouTube to generate more leads that turn into clients and sales, because it's not just about how-to videos and tutorials. People buy from people, and that's really what's going to make why people are going to choose to work with you or buy from you than somebody else who's probably doing the same exact thing you are, because let's be real, there's competition out there. There's neighbor niches out there, right? And so what's going to make them want to work with you is knowing who you are, knowing your story, feeling connected with you. That's what makes you different, and that's what makes people buy and work from you. So don't just focus on pumping out how-to content or tutorial content. If you do, focus on telling a story and how this content or how this tutorial or how this way of doing it changed the way you grew your business, changed the way, what is a win that you experience doing this in, what it is that you do, or your clients experience doing this particular way that you're teaching it. Now, we also need to remember that we are on YouTube. So we have to make the algorithm happy as well as our business happy. So you need to be creating series of videos, kind of like when Netflix drops a series of videos and people binge one after another. You need to be focusing on the algorithm in your business, but not just always sending people off of the platform on every single video. Two reasons why this is important is because, one, you need to get people to connect with you. In my last video that I talked about, that I will link right up here on a card, I talked about the marketing rule of 7. People need to hear your message about 7 times before they decide to want to purchase, work with you, buy from you, right? And so if you can get people to watch more than one video from you, you're going to increase your conversion rates when they decide to go to your sales page or work with me page. So that's really important, to get people to watch more than one video from you. The other reason it's super important is to make the algorithm happy. Okay, you have a series of 6 videos. If YouTube sees in video 1, 90% of people that watch it then watch video too, you're extending session time on YouTube. And that's ultimately what YouTube wants. The longer people are on YouTube, the more money they make. So what YouTube is going to do is take video one and share it to more people, because YouTube knows if people are clicking on video one and watching it, they're watching a second video. So you are pleasing the algorithm. So you really need to be building a YouTube strategy with your content in your series of videos that does a balancing act between getting people to watch another video and getting people to take action off of the platform. Off of the platform meaning get your lead magnet, get on your email list, check out your podcast, sign up for your webinar, whatever it is that you want them to do. Now, if you would like me to do a complete deep dive video on how to plan out your videos and how to plan an entire YouTube series with this strategy in mind, type in the comments below YouTube series to let me know you'd be interested in watching a series of videos like this. Okay, we talked about why choosing to focus on YouTube over Instagram when it comes to selling more of your online course. And I covered how I would get started on YouTube, again, if you wanted to use YouTube to sell more of your online course. Let's talk about a couple more benefits that YouTube has that Instagram doesn't. And that comes down to monetization. And there's multiple ways that you can monetize your content here on YouTube and not just typical AdSense revenue. But let's talk about AdSense revenue first, okay? So once you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, you can then get monetized on YouTube, meaning you can get paid for videos on YouTube because YouTube will put ads on them. Now, it's not money that you're going to become rich off of, but the monetization money that you could make on YouTube could be a couple extra $100. It could potentially pay for a video editor for you. And let's just say we're not getting checks from Mark Zuckerberg by posting a reel or Instagram or Facebook. And so that is one of the big benefits of YouTube, that the content that you're already going to be creating for your business to make you more sales, you can actually make money off of over on YouTube as well. Another huge monetization opportunity over on YouTube is brand deals or sponsorship opportunities. And yes, you can get them over on Instagram as well, but brands are more likely to pay more for sponsorship videos or brand deals on YouTube videos because these businesses, these brands know that YouTube videos live a lot longer than Instagram content, like we talked about earlier. So they're going to be willing to pay a lot more to have their product featured, to have their company featured in a video of yours, because that video can live for years to come and drive them leads for years to come. So your chance of getting higher paying brand deals or sponsorships is much more likely. And in fact, I have a couple clients inside of my 10K on replay program that have booked multi-$1,000 brand deals with their YouTube content. A third way to create content on YouTube is affiliates. And again, because your content lives a lot longer, you can be driving traffic to an affiliate program that you're a part of, whether that's Amazon. That is the one affiliate program that I'm a part of. I have an Amazon store where I share all of the video equipment that I use to create this content. I also share some of my favorite books, some of my office things that people ask me about. And because again, these videos are living for years to come, it is constantly sending traffic to my Amazon store. I'm also an affiliate of software programs like vidIQ and Funnel Gorgeous. And if you're wondering about those, you can check them out down in the description box. But again, because these videos live longer, I can consistently make affiliate revenue in my business, allowing me to really diversify money that I'm making. So I could build like 3 more revenue streams just by being on YouTube. And in fact, I have a client, Hope, who said she has been able to generate 6 additional revenue streams just by creating content on YouTube. 6 additional revenue streams outside of like your business's primary revenue source. In fact, affiliates are something we are going to be focusing on more in my business, because right now we make about $1,000 a month off of all of our affiliate stuff. And $1,000 a month is a lot of money, especially when you're starting to grow your business. And it can help you potentially get a video editor or a virtual assistant to help you, again, stay consistent on YouTube, to see your content reach more people, to get more traffic to your offers, to make more money in your online course business. Now I got one more bonus benefit that YouTube has over Instagram, and that is repurposing. Hear me out. You can take a YouTube video and chop it up if you want to and put it over on Reels, but you cannot take a reel and turn it into long form content here on YouTube. And when I say long form content, that's the type of content that lives longer. It has that longevity. It has that searchability. You can absolutely take reels and put them on shorts for sure. But the longevity piece and the searchability piece becomes long form content. So you can not only take that content and chop it up for reels, but what I personally do and what many of my clients see more success with is the content that we create in our video game plan, which I'm reading off of right now. I turn into reels. I just use the content that I've already used for my YouTube video. And when I have the content fresh in my mind, I will then pull my phone out after this video and shoot a few reels talking about the main content pieces. But YouTube videos can also become your weekly newsletter content because it's so important to stay at the front of the mind of your audience. So by just sending them a newsletter talking about, why your video topic is so important and what you dive into and to go watch it, you now are emailing your list every single week and getting them aware of you and reminding them of you. The other thing you can do is turn your YouTube video into a blog post. Again, it's a little bit harder to turn a reel into a blog post. You could take a YouTube video, have a virtual assistant, turn it into a blog post, and then that helps you get more traffic to your website. That could get you potentially 2 hits on Google when it comes to a blog post with your YouTube video embedded in it and your YouTube video. So again, more potential chances of people seeing you and your content. Okay, who's ready to go all in with YouTube? I'm gonna do something fun here, and if you're like, I'm going all in with YouTube, leave the comment below banana split, just so it's really funny that people that come to the video, they're gonna be like, why are people saying banana split? And then if they get to this part of the video, they will know why. So go ahead, if you're committed to YouTube, go ahead and say banana split below. And since most of you are probably ready, here's 3 ways that you can get started right now. First, you can apply to work with me and my team inside a 10 count replay. I mentioned you can go to trenalittle.com/10K to apply now to see for a good fit. Second, if you want to just get your feet wet with video and YouTube and start figuring out your process and what to say in your videos, check out trenalittle.com/going video. That is my beginner program that's going to help you do just that. It's $37. You're going to get my workflow, how I set up my equipment, and also how to script your videos. And third, if you want more marketing strategies on how to sell more of your online course, check out the video that I did last week where I jumped into 5 marketing strategies that are working right now to sell more online courses.